country with no English, no education, no money.
Again, aloha. This is Steve Lee, all the way from the Paradise Land, Honolulu, Hawaii, aka no money, no English. And that's my background. Nothing comes easy. Everything requires desire, discipline, hard work. Came here with no money, no English, but with a really burning desire. That's my first exposure. That's the first time I heard about this word called passive residual income. You are one person away from a real transformation in your life. Whoa, this is weird.
Welcome to one more show of Edgardo Valdivieso. And this time we have a very special friend and a special guest that he's ready to tell his story. And there's so many people that are gonna love his story. I mean, I know his story, but not 100%, but you're lucky. You're lucky because today he's gonna say 100% his story. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a like on Edgardo Valdivieso Show. We have here from Hawaii my good friend Steve Lee. Welcome to my show. Welcome to my house, Steve.
Aloha, Ed. Aloha, everyone. Thank you so much for the invite, and it's a real honor.
Well, Steve, our community is very excited. The people I shared that the first English interview, I said, you don't want to miss it because it's a very special story, very special friend that we know each other since 1996. So you ready to tell your story, Steve?
Yeah, I'm absolutely ready. I'm just excited to be able to give hopefully give some value to all of you watching this, on my own journey, all the way back from Asia and to this point. And I can tell it's been a real blessing. I'm super grateful, super excited to share my story with our audience.
Well, Steve, our community is ready too. Take us from your country, why you decided to come to America. Was someone waiting for you here in the U.S.? What made you decide to come to America, Steve?
Let me start from the beginning. Again, aloha. This is Steve Lee, all the way from the Paradise Land, Honolulu, Hawaii, aka no money, no English. And that's my background. And I was born and raised in Southeast Asia, in Guangzhou to be exact. Moved to Hong Kong at an early age and came to this great land in November 16, 1980. And I'm forever grateful. I'm forever grateful to my parents who gave up everything. And you see, my mom was a very sought after actress. In her time, is a Cantonese opera actress, a leading actress. My father was a leading violinist. So they gave up everything to bring us, me and my sister, to America for a brighter future in the land of free. So I'm forever grateful, for my parents because I'm here today and because of that opportunity I've been given by my parents.
So, Steve, you telling me you came to this country with no English, no money, no education, with a big dream. Is that correct?
Yeah, I had some dream when I came here. When I first came here, my first dream, my initial dream is to make my parents proud, make my parents really proud, to make a lot of money. I didn't know how to make a lot of money other than the way I brought up, be a good person, work hard, and work harder. And so basically that is my initial dream is to really make my parents proud. My first job, Ed, by the way, I know you have a little bit background in the fast food chain. My first job here a week later after I land here in the great land is working for Burger King for $3.42 an hour. And I was one of those guys putting that, the flame broil patty onto the flame broil. And that's why even today, I still believe the Burger King burger is better than others because it's flame broil. I was that guy. At the same time, I got another job in Waikiki as a busboy. And being that, wow, you live in America, you have to learn the language. So I went to nighttime school. It's called adult education because we are so poor, we couldn't afford for me to go to the normal high school route because I already have two jobs. So nighttime, I would go to like what they call a nighttime school for adult and to learn. And eventually, 6 months later, I graduated with a diploma. Not your normal diploma, but it is a high school diploma that is called GED. GED is how you graduate with a diploma to the adult education. So very proud of myself, and that's my journey. No money, no English, and my highest education is a high school diploma.
And you came to Hawaii, right?
Yeah, we came straight to Hawaii November 16th, and I have been here ever since. So 44 years ago.
Wow. You know what? We have so much in similar, Steve. I mean, I worked for 16 years at Jack in the Box, one job. And I came to this country just like you, with no English, okay, with nothing. That's how we come here. And thanks to my sister, Letty, thanks to her, she opened the doors to come here to this great country. So you came with your sister from China, from Hong Kong to the U.S. to Honolulu. I mean, what was that? You guys came together,
Yeah, we came together along with our parents. Yes.
and for how long? So you used to have two jobs. Are you telling me you used to have two jobs and you used to go to school at nighttime?
Yes, at one point I have three jobs. I even deliver pizza at night.
What? Wow! Three jobs and go to school and got a diploma. Okay? So the people that is watching right now, and they say, I have no time. I hear this a lot. And sometimes with one job, they say, I have no time for anything else. So you have three jobs, you went to school, and how you got involved in business, in network marketing.
Well, it was like 10 years after I worked traditional jobs, from pizza to busboy to Burger King. Then I worked on a cruise ship for 5 years. And then I got so inspired by the movie Top Gun with Tom Cruise, I actually joined the Air Force. It's another story. I ended up learning that was the wrong branch, but I learned how to self-discipline in the military. And then I became a realtor for a little while. And then 10 years in my journey, I kind of remember I came here with no money, no English, but with a really burning desire. My desire is, look, America is America. It's the land of free. You can be anything and everything you want to be. But then I look back to my journey. I say, man, there's something wrong with the picture. I worked hard, and that's what I thought. You work hard, you'll get ahead. I work harder, but I'm not getting ahead financially. And I was always paycheck to paycheck. So 10 years later, my mind was like thinking, well, maybe there's another path. And it just happened that, one of my friend at a fitness center invited me to a party. And that party turned out to be a presentation of Amway. I'm sure everybody heard about Amway. That's my first exposure. That's the first time I heard about this word called passive residual income. And I was very intrigued. My first thought is this even legal? How can you get paid when you're not working? So at first, it's just my mind. It's just like, well, you have to work hard. You work hard to get paid. You don't work, you don't get paid. But then I heard someone cross the stage and say, you can work hard here, but after a while, you still get paid even when you don't work as hard. That intrigued me. That really generated a lot of curiosity for me to learn more about this new trade.
Same me. I got involved in the same company, and they sold the big dream. Okay, and the same thing what you're talking about. And I'm very sure you did not make the first $1 million in that company, right?
Actually, I just signed up and bought some products, never talked to nobody. And pretty much that was the beginning and the end. I love the products, but at that time, I still very young. And, even though I was intrigued by the idea, but I guess it's a saying when the timing, when your timing hasn't arrived yet, it doesn't matter what's in front of you, you won't quite see it. So I just kind of signed up, bought some product, and went back to my traditional jobs.
All I did in that company was sign up my sisters, and that was it. But I did like the business model, though. I said, I love this business model that you can be sleeping and making money because they sold that I was going to be making money of other countries. I said, why are you sleeping? There's other people, they're working for you. And I said, that's pretty cool. Tell me, on your success, okay, in network marketing, do you have anybody like at the beginning that made a difference? Something that they coach you or teach you? Something you said, you know what? I remember those words, what these people helped me out and made a difference in your process.
My journey is very, very long, and I would say my success story is really through a lot of failures. I failed myself forward, to so-called quote unquote, success. And my first half the journey in this great profession, I really didn't have a whole lot of mentorship. I just get excited. I sign up, and then sometimes you sign up that you don't even hear from your sponsor anymore. So basically, my initial, having some success is by true hard work. And there's someone that you and I know that connected. I actually recruited him to an ad on USA Today, Mr. George Ruiz. And back in 91, that was our very first full-time endeavor. At that time, a few jobs later, I came across this profession again. At that time, I was ready. I have the desire, and my mindset is telling me, okay, you've done enough. 12 years later after the job, you're not getting ahead. You need to change. You need to change your vehicle. So, and then at the time, network marketing came to my life again. At this time, I was ready. I told myself, if I can work hard, if I can apply all those working hard habits that I already have in a new profession, from what I understand, I can succeed. And I want to be successful, and I can make a lot more money. And so that was in 91, and my first full-time, venture in network marketing, working alongside with George Ruiz, and together we built a very strong team. Not a whole lot of mentorship per se, because the people that recruited us, they're also not experienced. So we make a lot of trials and errors, but nonetheless, we work hard. We try to follow as much as possible whatever system at the time the company gave us, and that was the first company that George and I saw a 5-figure a month paycheck, and we were super excited. It's almost like, whoa, this is real. It's like a dream come true when you used to make only $2,000-3,000 a month. All of a sudden it's 10,000, or from 5,000 and then jump to 10,000. You say, whoa, what did I do? It just happened. But it didn't happen overnight. It happened after a period of time. A lot of work, a lot of mailing, a lot of telephone call. Back in the day, there's no technology. We used VHS tape. We used a lot of Xerox copying paper, send it away. So a lot of those, grassroots thing. But hard work was the key for us having that initial success.
You said hard work, but you said something very, very important for the people that are just watching, Steve. You say you were ready, you were prepared for the opportunity. So my question to you is, how do you prepare for those people that are watching? Say, how do I get prepared? So how did you get prepared to be ready?
It's different for everybody. For me, is when you're tired of being tired, when you look at your journey, when you have that desire, and then somehow the reality from what you've been doing all along, it doesn't match up with your expectation of, I work hard, one job, two job, three job. What else do I have to do? So that's when you start thinking, when your mind start open. I believe when you open, when you pray, you tend to attract, I believe the universe will listen. When your mind's open, when you pray for something good come to your life, for you to give back something good, to everybody around you, then I believe universe will put you on the right path. When you're on the right path, when you're ready, you are ready. You just know it. And I knew it 12 years later, I'm not going back to the traditional, path that I've been on. There's nothing wrong with working a job, but it wasn't me. I have much bigger dream. My desire is much bigger.
Well, yeah, 3 jobs. I didn't know that. I mean, see, most people, Steve, they watch you, you have a beautiful house in Hawaii. We were there about 2 years ago, and your house by the ocean, beautiful. I mean, most people say, that's a lucky man. He's a millionaire, has $1 million house. I don't know how much is your house, but they see you, they see the success, but they don't see the effort, the process that you went through. 3 jobs, coming to this country with no English, no education, no money, but you were ready to work. You were ready to pay the price. And on the process, you're going to find good people, good mentors that are going to, they're going to show you the way. And you're going to do the same thing. And that's why this show is all about collecting stories. Because a lot of people, they don't know your story. They don't know my story. They only see the success. And they're wondering how this Steve made millions and millions of dollars. How Steve is driving those cars. How Steve is pretty much controls his own time with his family, whatever you want to do. So that's very, very important. So let me ask you something. Because I remember when I made my first $1 million, okay? I have the career achievement by the company, and I have May 1st, 2001. And my birthday is May 6th. And you're not going to believe it. I'm just telling you right now. One day I'm going to tell my whole story, but that was 5 days before when I wrote down when I was going to make my first $1 million. I don't know if you wrote down when you were, what was your goal to make your first million? Do you remember how old were you when you made your first million, Steve?
I would say definitely 10 plus years after I enter into this profession. My learning curve is long, and it didn't have to be that way, but because I didn't have the skill set, not the skill set, I didn't have the knowledge how to properly evaluate vehicles, because among this profession, just like anything else, there's the good and the, not so good. And once in a while you come across something extraordinary, but you need mentorship. So I didn't have that until sometime after I enter into this profession and I learn my way, and then things become better and bigger for me because I know how to select the right company with the right people much better than previously.
You're saying something very interesting. You said 10 years after you got involved in this industry. I mean, it's like a career, pretty much, because once you go to school, I mean, you go to school pretty much, I don't know, 20 years, whatever. But if you want to become a doctor or an attorney, how long is it going to take you to educate yourself to become an attorney, a professional? And just to get the degree, not to make your first $1 million, everything's going to start when you get your degree. And you said something, after 10 years. And you know what? For me, it happened after 9 years. I got involved in this industry, very similar. Something that I admire from you, Steve, your discipline, your focus. You're very disciplined. We met over the phone in 1996, if I'm not mistaken, with Freeway 100, Nancy Products, okay? And I remember, so in 1996, Steve, I was working at Jack in the Box. And I used to be on the phones at night time after work, like making those calls. I remember exactly the office, the room in Victorville. So 1996, did you have a job at that time?
No, from 1991 and on, I'm full blown. That's all I do. I eat, I sleep, I breathe this industry. And at that time, my parents still alive. I mean, dinner were ready. They called me. I was just like back to back calls, three ways calls, more calls, three ways call. My list of people to call to connect with three way is so long. And sometimes by the time I finish, it's like hours after dinner time. But it's just like you lost track of time because you're so focused on hitting the target. You're so focused on, making the next level achievement. And I was very driven. I was super driven, super focused.
In this industry, it's not who you know, it's who they know. And that's how we met. Okay? And you have to be, what do you say about that? It's not who you know, it's who they know. I don't know if I said it right.
Yeah, everybody knows somebody, and sometimes, through this journey, some of my biggest group in this industry in the last 3+ decades are from people that I don't know. It's people they know, they know, they know. And I always believe and I always share with people, if you understand the magnitude, you understand when you have people at work together, you don't take advantage of people working for you. No, we're working together. They don't work for you. In a way, I always have the mindset when I bring somebody in, I'm working for them. I'm working for them. So, but when you understand the leverage, the geometric progression, many of you heard the story, if I will give you $1 million buck in a suitcase, or I guarantee you this penny here will double every day for the next 30 days, would you pick which one? Most people haven't heard the story, naturally will pick the $1 million cash suitcase, right? So a penny double every day is going to turn into millions and millions and millions of dollars. Is that, called a geometric progression? I always share with people, you are one person away, one person, the right person at the right time. And it may not be the person you directly know. It could be from people Ed introduced, or I know Ed, maybe Ed knows somebody somehow across paths, and then that person know another person, and then we became friends. And you are one person away from a real transformation in your life. It is possible in this type of profession, and I'm not talking about theory. I've experienced it many times. Ed, I'm sure you have experienced that many times yourself. One person that, can really create a transformation for you and together.
One person away, one day away for your success. You always
Yes,
have to look at it that way, one step at a time. Because some people think that network marketing is pretty much is like get rich quick, and it's not that way at all. You have to work hard. You have to help people, and it's not about you. You said it. It's not about you. It's making a difference for those people that they have a dream just like you. So you say you're working for them. So you're pretty much their goals is your goal to work together as a team. Is that correct?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So let me ask you this: when you make your first million, how easy was to get to the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh? I'm not going to stop. I don't know how many they're there, but I know you made more than that.
Nothing comes easy. Everything requires desire, discipline, hard work, consistency, and persistency. Those are key, and focus. Those are all fundamentals. You must have those things to basically achieve the success that you want and you deserve. But I have to say the first million is the hardest. The first million takes the longest. My journey, I made some money with companies, like the first company I mentioned to you with George Ruiz. I made 10,000, and it was like a dream come true, but it didn't last that long because eventually the company went bankrupt. So I went to my journey of different company. It's a learning curve, right? I made money along the way, but none of them sustaining. It wasn't 10 years later. I've developed some knowledge through my own mistake. I learned, right? Making mistakes is one thing, but you have to learn from it. So you don't repeat the same thing over and over again. And that's when, my second, my third, and so forth and so on become, I wouldn't say easy. It become more predictable because I knew I did it before. It took me a long time, but because the vehicle I chose, if I chose better vehicle, I apply the same work ethic, and obviously, experience help, but experience is not a prerequisite because a lot of new people, if you come in, you're coachable, you have the burning desire, and you're willing to work hard, you can achieve success. You don't have to take 10 years to make your first million. We talk about million here. I don't want you to think, hey, If I don't make million, I fail. No, many people is for a lot of people, a lot of families, a success. If just an extra $500 a month, that will help out. It's a side gig, right? So if you watch this, you know you're looking at this as a side gig. You know you have a full-time profession. It's all good. Success is not by a dollar sign. It's what you think based on your goal at that given time. You achieve it. That's success. But don't stop there. Set a higher goal. Set a higher goal. So after I achieve my million, I say, okay, I've done it. How do I do two? How do I do five? Well, if I can do one, I can do 10. That's my journey for the last 33 years now at full time, 33 years. And looking back, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for your friendship, my friend. You and I have known each other. Your son and my son used to play together when they were barely, I mean, like a couple years old in the Hilton Hawaiian Village. In fact, they played so hard they fell asleep together. Remember? They fell
Yes,
asleep
of
together
course.
in
Yes,
your room
yes. Yeah.
when you were here for the convention for your company. So I'm just grateful. To me, at this stage of my game, you know, at this stage of my life, I just want to see more people happy. I want to see this more people become the entrepreneur that you know to go out there to do something with purpose, with meaning, to provide for the family and to give back to the community, to give back to the world. And for a guy like me, no money, no English, I didn't have any special skill to make that kind of money, you know, that I've been so blessed to have earned. And I mean, I'm grateful for this great profession. You know, from that beginning all the way here, but looking along the way, I built a lot of friendship. I've seen a lot of people's stories similar to mine, Ed. Your story is one of them. George Lewis is another one. We all immigrant. And I've seen a lot of people born and raised here. I mean, they have you know, they have success too. You can have success, whatever the success meant to you, if you believe in yourself, if you just go after it, and if you focus, and having the right vehicle, the right mentorship will cut your journey, will cut your mistake time by a whole lot. It took me 10 years to learn that.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that I'm so blessed, something you're talking about, is the people that you meet. And they become your family because you spend so much, you travel together, you work together, either by three ways. I mean, doing all this, have the same goals, same dream. I feel so blessed to have a friendship like with you, Steve. I have so much respect for you. I mean, your story, your family, the kids.
I'm happily married for my wife and I just celebrated my 27 years. I need to give her a little plug in there. Without my wife, I wouldn't be able to do what I've been doing because she's my rock. She's holding the fort here. We are blessed to have three children, two adults. One is 25, 25, 20, and 15. Son, daughter, and daughter.
Is your
Yeah,
family involved in the business, Steve?
they are not currently involved in the business yet, but they kind of knew what daddy is doing for a living. They like to use my products. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe if it's part of their calling, if it's meant to be, one day they will embrace it. But if they don't, it's all good. You know, as parents, all we want them is to be happy, to have a happy life.
And since they know that you make a good money, did that? I mean, with me, they used to say, "Dad, let's go shopping, or give me the credit card, or give me the credit card." You know, if you're busy, sometimes we'll go with them, or sometimes we'll just say, here's the money or the credit card." Did that happen to you?
Well, my little girl here definitely know how to, get daddy to buy her stuff. You know, she will send me link, and sometimes she send me 6 links from Amazon. I say, Sophia, that's a lot of links. They said, Dad, but you look at the amount, they're not big. But I said, big. They all add up. Yeah, they know, and I'm just proud. One of the proudest thing is I'm able to provide my family, you know, the private education. Public is good. My two nephews graduate from public and they become very successful because I always want to do the best for them. I just believe if I can give them very good private education as a parent, I want to give them that. So I'm very proud to have been able to do that thanks to this great profession. And I'm super proud to be able to, be able to put them in a house like that. For most people, it's like a dream come true because everything's so expensive, especially here in Hawaii. Yeah, I do spoil my kid from time to time, but I want them to remember be responsible. Money don't fall from tree. It's too lot of hard work. And so, yeah, I mean, now Sophie's the only one left in the nest. And so I kind of spoil her more than her brother and the sister.
We have a very similar with my kids, and I mean, they're not involved. They're not involved yet. Like I said, maybe one day they're gonna get involved, but they do know about network marketing. They do understand it. Okay, they know how powerful it is. So, Steve, this is very important. If you will have to start all over again, what is the mistakes that you will say to the new person? If I would start all over again, this is the way I would do it.
It's more like an experience thing. And I know, yeah, we all make mistakes in life, but if you learn from your mistake, and then those mistakes are not in vain. You learn something valuable. In fact, I believe, I get inspired by many stories of people back in the days. Personal growth is a huge part of my life. I'm not a guy good at reading because I have problem retaining. I will go one page and go back and read it again. But I'm more like an audio visual person. I like to listen to tape, and back in the days, cassette tape and then CD. I have a lot of heroes from Anthony Robbins to Jeff Olson to Jim Rohn, the Brian Tracy. All those are my hero. And I would say, definitely invest in personal growth, because this is one of the business. This one of the business is not about how smart you are. I don't consider myself a very smart guy. If I do an IQ test, I'm just okay, right? But I invest in personal growth. I like to learn a lot of wisdom from different people. For example, one of my hero, my big hero, is Bruce Lee. Now, many people know Bruce by his bam, bam, bam. Wow, this guy's super crowd. He kicked 3 times in the air that you don't even, before you even know it. But what didn't people don't know about Bruce? What makes him such an icon? Even until today, after decades of his passing, is because his philosophy. Bruce, if you read his philosophy, he's freaking awesome. So I kind of I kind of like to learn about philosophy from successful people. You learn, you learn the mind, because we all know the mind is what we put in here, right? It's how you program it. So I would definitely encourage people to, invest in personal growth. Read books like Slide Edge. One of my heroes, Jeff Olson. Slide Edge is about how you live your life one day at a time, one step at a time. We put on pants one leg at a time, right? And how to move forward in the right direction, one step at a time, every single day. That's one of the books I love it. And one of my favorite books back in the days that changed my life is called The Greatest Salesman in the World by Art Mandino. It's nothing to do with sales. It has to do with successful mindset. And begin each day with love in your heart. So when you sharing your vehicle, whatever vehicle you choose, when you have no agenda, when you just have nothing but love, just share the blessing, then nothing will stop you. You're not afraid, you have no fear, because it's all here. But obviously, if I would do it all over again, Ed, is I would first seek mentorship. I will find people that already have the success that I desire. I'll find people that I like their character, because people matter. It's not about how wealthy they are. It's about who they are and what they are, and more importantly, their action. Actions speak louder than words. I'm a very simple guy. I'm a straight shooter, right? And I can read people pretty well in general. So I will find people that the character matches mine. That are the principle, the purpose, and their success is what I desire. I'll seek out those people and I'll follow what they do. Because, if I had that 10 years, when I begin, I don't have to, wait 10 years to achieve my first million. Because working hard is not a problem. I was brought up by my parents to be a good person, work hard, work harder, and stay there, and you'll succeed. So that's in my DNA. It's about the vehicle. It's about working smarter. How you work smarter? Working smarter doesn't mean working less hard. No. Working smarter means while working hard, doing what's right. That's working smarter. Not working hard, just see what happened. Working hard, but following the proven path. By working harder, you get there faster because the path is proven because you're guided by mentorship. That's what I would do if I have to start all over again.
Very good points, Steve. Very good points. So at the beginning, you said that you want to make proud of your parents. So when you were successful, when you achieved success, how do you feel? I mean, I'm pretty sure you were excited and wow. I mean, tell me that feeling.
Yeah, the feeling is mixed, Ed. The feeling is mixed, and because by the time I reach, my first million, so to speak, my parents already gone. So obviously, the feeling is a big void in me that say, I wish my parents see this. But in a way, I'm kind of because I have faith that I believe my parents has been watching over me all this time. I see them in my dream. That's one of the feelings that I say. Of course, I'm feeling proud. I've done it. I'm feeling proud, but I'm also feeling grateful and very humble. A guy, no money, no English. From there to here, from $3.42 an hour, to here. What else can I do to give back to others that just like me, I consider myself an ordinary guy, but I like to think I have big dream, big desire, and I don't mind to go work hard to go for it, right? And so, yeah, my feeling is just, it's a mixed feeling. I'm grateful. Today, every day I get up, I say thank you. I'm grateful to be alive. Every time I see my house, I see my yard, I'm grateful. I just say, what a blessing. Also, I'm excited because I know everything that happened in my journey happened to you, Ed. I mean, your story is inspiring. Every time I see you on stage, I get inspired because you're so passionate and powerful. And your story itself, I mean, I remember the days, I mean, you are the number one in the whole world in a market. I mean, actually in the whole world in that company. And so I know your story is an inspiration. So I kind of like to use my story from there to here. Hopefully, like people that are watching this show right now, it's not about me promoting myself. It's really about, me supporting you, Ed. I mean, you are doing a great thing having, Edgardo Valdivieso. So the purpose of this is to go out there, use this channel is a channel of inspiration to go out
Correct.
there, touch somebody. If we can, if people watch this, it's just certain part of the interview, mine or other people, if just one connection is made and people say, wow, that woke me up. That shook them up, that woke me up. And they went on to do something good and positive with their life. To me, I feel very happy because I've done something good for another human being. That's why I'm so excited and so, honored to be among your first, English speaking, English speaker interview. And, I believe we are doing something good here. And I hope this channel will continue to spread the goodness of entrepreneurship and the goodness of this great profession. There's a lot of misunderstanding this great profession, but you're watching two guys here. You're watching two guys here from a very humble background to be able to live our dream through hard work and perseverance, all thanks to this great profession. You can too. Just you can. You don't have to be another person. Just by being you, plug in, do the thing you are required to do daily, just like how you live your life working a job. You do it with consistency, with persistency, with a good attitude. You will arrive. It's a matter of time. Never compare yourself to another person because you're unique and you can do it. Believe in yourself.
We want to make a difference. You and I mean, I feel like we're humble with the same people than when we used to have a job. We just so blessed and we want to use this tool and give back to those people that are looking looking for to do the same thing what we have done in the past. Steve, you're a great speaker. You're very disciplined. I mean, I watch you. I just remember. I was just trying to remember where was the last time I saw you, and I was just saying to myself, of course, I said I'm not going to go tell Steve. He's going to feel like, oh man, yeah, I'm the best. But I remember one time you were recognized, and I said, damn, Steve is a great speaker. I said, I wish I could talk like him. I'm not kidding, okay? I'm not
No,
joking on
Ed,
this
I have to
show.
say, Ed, you are far too kind. You're far too kind, and I'm okay. I can hold my own, but I never consider myself great. I remember back in the days, my first public stage presence in this profession. George Ruiz had to go get me from the bathroom. I was so afraid. My stomach was turning. I knew they're gonna call me up because I achieved certain rank. I get anxiety. I hide in the bathroom. George Ruiz come, look all over for me. Finally, he came to the bathroom. He saw that one of the store closed. He said, Steve, I'm not sure. I have a feeling you're behind the store. Your name is almost up. You got to come out. I didn't respond. He said, I know you told me you're afraid. You have this fear, but you have to do it not for Steve Lee. You have to do it for us. You have to do it for us. So finally, I feel so bad. I came out after he left. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, my name was announced. I have so much in my mind that I want to say, but when I went to the stage, they handed me the microphone. I froze. All I could say is, aloha, thank you, and give my shaka sign. And I froze. I don't even remember thanking George and all the people, the hard work, the leadership. I have so much things, thank the company. I stuck, and I handed my back to, to the host. Everybody was clapped. I feel so embarrassed. I just say,
How
George,
many
I
people?
apologize.
How many people were on that event?
The room's only several hundred people. It wasn't big, only a few hundred. But that was my first experience speaking on stage. I was totally freaking out. So even today, 30 plus years later, Ed, I'm not gonna lie. Now I have spoken in front of tens of thousands of people. Before I go out, I still have a little, my heart still kind of raised up. But then once I'm out there, all my heart, my mind is what I can give to the people who spend their time, their hard-earned money to be at that seat. What can I give them? I want to give them some inspiration. I want to give them some belief in themselves. So when I go out there, it's not about me, it's about them. So once they get out there, I'm on fire. I want to give them the best I could give them at that time. And that's how I overcoming fear, by facing the fear. Let's go do it for the people.
I'm telling you, that time that I saw you was all the top ranks of that company. And you were the best speaker on that event. And I recorded a lot of the
Thank you. Thank
top
you.
leaders. I recorded and I was like, and I mean it. You have a very similar story about the first time. I remember 2001, before 80, in Salt Lake City. I don't know if you were there. It was about 4,000 people. And I remember Joe. Joe said, Edgardo, you're going to be the keynote speaker for all the triple diamond black pearls for the whole company. I said, why me? I was like, because he said, you have the highest volume and 8 levels for the whole company. I didn't know nothing about that. All I did was go to work. Do what you said. Work hard every day, nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. And Larry Lance, which you introduced me, Larry Lance. I said, Larry, I need help. Because I remember he was like a public speaker. He was going to school for public speaking. And I said, Larry, I need help. So he helped me out, write everything. And I was study. When I went there to show the whole thousands of people, I didn't know what to say. But I remember one thing I said. I said, you know what? If you don't recruit all these people, I will. I said something like that with a lot of passion, just like me, and everyone was, so excited and everything. And I was like, wow, I don't know how bad I did. Because that was all the black pearls, all the biggest money earners in the company. And anyway, you know what? I relate a lot that story to mine. When I'm listening to you, I'm just thinking about my stories. You know, that's the beauty of this industry. Before we end the show here, Steve, it means, I mean, wow, I'm so grateful, so blessed to know you, your family. I consider my not only a good friend, but you know that you've been a part of the family for a long time, long time. When we go to Hawaii, every single time, I mean, we hang out like family, not like friends, like family, and we develop that, and that's gonna be for life. That's the way I see it. You're here in my house, you're here in my show, and you free to say anything to the community right now. Anything you want to share, anything that you say, you know what? I feel like I want to share this. Go ahead.
Well, Ed, first of all, I want to thank you as a friend and as a brother, and your beautiful wife, your beautiful family, your daughter. I met all of them, and it's been a blessing, having you as part of my journey. It's been a blessing having you as a dear friend all these years. I hope the audience gets something out of it, and I hope all of you, click the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel and help us spread the words, because we are here with the desire to get the word out to make a difference. Network marketing may or may not be for you. It's not for everybody. It's just like entrepreneurship. It's not for everybody. Whatever you choose to do in your life, I wish you the absolute best life has to offer you. But if you open it all, I would say explore. Explore the possibility for you and for your family, and have network marketing, have this type of business model as one of the model. You take some time to learn and to educate yourself, because I'm a big believer there's not a whole lot of profession. That's the reason why people like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, a local boy here from Hawaii, he wrote a book called Why He Believed Network Marketing is the Business of the 21st Century. Okay, there's a reason for that, because it's your education, your background. It doesn't take a lot of money to start. In fact, it takes little money to start. And if you find the right vehicle, find the right mentorship, it can be a real game changer. It could change your life. It could give you everything you ever wanted for you and your family, and something you could build a legacy and pass on to the next generation. Not many businesses can do that. Okay, so there's a lot of pluses, and obviously, with anything, there's always things that people will talk about. What's bad? There's good and bad in everything. Explore for yourself and educate yourself. And if you decide on marketing is, it could be could be your path, to reach your goal and dream. Seek mentorship. Find people. They're out there, okay? And I want to give a plug in to my good friend here, Ed, not to promote my company at all. I'm just grateful because I've seen a lot, and you've seen a lot, Ed, over the years. Company came and gone. And like I said, anything that's, it's not all good in our marketing. There's bad things too, like any business. There's bad people with bad intention. There's good people with lack of experience, and then company fail. It's just part of journey, part of life, okay? And 30 plus years later, I've seen company come and gone. I've seen company get hit by regulation and shut down, and and use that as a an exit strategy, whatever the case. But I really want to say thank you to one individual who I finally call my friend, Jeff Olson, because he recently spent a lot of millions, 20 plus million out of his own pocket. He didn't have to do that with a brand that he built from scratch, 13 years, $2 billion brand. Guess what Jeff did? He fought because he knew it's not a pyramid scheme, especially that particular brand. We have legitimate customers. Most of our volume is come from customers. He fought not only for his legacy, but more importantly, he fought for the distributor in that company. He don't have to do that. He could easily just close the door. But another thing I add, I'm really grateful. Our industry exists as it is right now because of he fought. Imagine he didn't fight. FTC got that way. That brand is now labeled as a pyramid scheme. they're gonna use that as a
A
case
lot of
study.
people get hurt. Yeah.
The people in the industry, the people that
In
we
the whole
know,
industry, yes.
the whole industry is gonna get hit one by one because they're gonna use that as a case law. But because of the tens of millions, the 7 years of all of this tribulation he and his family gone through, I text him personally when I realized the verdict. I was in tears. I say, thank you. Thank you for what you've done, not only just for my business, for everybody, but
For the whole
thank you for
industry.
what
For the
you've
whole
done
industry.
for this industry. And in fact, he has many CEO for all company, big multi-billion-dollar company, call him thanking him, for saving the industry. So I just want to give him a plug in. He's also the author of the book I recommend everybody to buy. You can buy on Amazon. It's nothing to do with the company that that he's the owner. It has to do with life. It's called The Slight Edge. Okay, read that book, and I'm just my heart is full of gratitude. Ed, I'm grateful for the friendship you and I built, and all the friends that I met through the world. My wife always teases me, are all your friends from network marketing? I say, babe, not all my friends, but my best friends are from network marketing. These are not just my friends. These are my extended family. And I don't say it because I say because it sounds good, but they are. I consider you part of my family. I watched Eddie grew up. And when Eddie was a little boy, and Chris when Chris was a little boy. I mean,
I
I
mean,
watched you.
Jackie, Becky, and Gabby. When I talk to them, they're like my Uncle Steve, pretty much, family. Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
And you know what? If Jeff is watching this, we invite Jeff to come and tell his story because that's a great
Yeah.
story. And thanks to Jeff Olson. I have so much respect for him, the leadership that he has, his system that he has, and he stands by what he believes. He said, no, this is not pyramid. This is legal. We have products and services.
Yeah.
And this is a profession, just like any other business. Steve, so just to end the show, do you want to leave a legacy?
Yeah, 30 plus years later, legacy is really on my mind. And I think of my legacy, it's not how much wealth I'm going to build, how much wealth I'm going to leave with my kids. And I like to think of my legacy as at one day, maybe one of my grandchild, or even my great grandchildren will point at one of the picture of me and say, this is my great grandpa. He was a man that actually inspired many, and in his lifetime, he's made a difference in many people's life. And I kind of like to be remembered when my time is up, to be a person that living on this earth, person with faith, person with desire, person that with no money, no English, but with my story, some people were inspired and they took action and their life become better. So I touched some life along the way and I've made a difference. So I kind of want to be remembered as someone that have make a small impact in this world, as a good man and a family man. Thank you. I want to thank you again doing this, and it's a real honor to be on this journey with you. And even though we have different company, your success path taking you in such a way that I just have so much respect for you. And and not only that in the traditional network marketing, but in the digital world, you have become such an icon. So congratulations, and I respect you, and I'll do my best to help spread the word through your channel, maybe eventually my channel. It's all about collaboration with like-minded people, that with the right intention to give back to the world. And you are definitely that example. That's why I'm really proud and very honored to be on your show today. Thank you again.
And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to help a lot of people. And there's going to be a lot of people calling you, calling us. Thank you, because there's something that they're going to get out of this show, out of this interview. For you not to miss any of these shows, because we're going to have some great, great guest speakers, interviews, stories. You got to subscribe and give us a like to make this channel grow, okay? So, Steve, once again, thank you for being on my show. Thank you for being in my house. And thank you for the kind of person you are to your family, to your people. Every time I hear you, I get excited. I get excited. We got to do this again, okay? We got to do this interview again because 1 hour was not enough.
Aloha, everybody. We see you again soon. Thank you, Ed. Aloha.
Don't forget to subscribe. Bye, everyone.